All right, so in light of me somewhat questionably declaring that I have a walkthrough for Vin, the question naturally becomes, well, is my solution authoritative? I mostly looked into that question, but I ran out of time. So I'm just going to take this time I have in this video to look through it. Honestly, I mean, with a fair amount, I mean, the computer's always going to see more than me, right? Unfortunately, I hate admitting this because it just reminds me that this pursuit of understanding chess is futile. But hey, uh, I guess it's about the gaining the benefits of the sweat and not the trophy of it. So, I mean, starting off with e4. For some reason, this time Stockfish wanted me to play e4, whatever. So, here, building advantage. Playing e6, giving advantage. Okay, maybe not authoritative, not entirely authoritative, but a margin of 0.02 is really not that deterministic, honestly. It doesn't represent what I think a person might think it does represent. Oh no, this is a clear mistake. I absolutely should have gone for d4 here. What was I thinking? What, outpost a knight and then attack on... I don't know. Okay. Not off to a good start, but d5. Black's being harsh now, tries this little tiny gambit here because now he's gone back to being totally accurate. e5 here instead of taking. Now looking at e5. Okay. You see, I created a mostly losing game from here. Wow. How did it? c5. He was giving me all. Black is losing here. And then no, I didn't create a very good game for myself. I really didn't. It's not as authoritative as one might think, unfortunately. But I don't know, let's delve deeper. Maybe there's a gambit that I didn't notice. Okay. Yeah, black here is left with all losing options? I mean, that's not a bad sign. I think that's a sign of a gambit. I think it's a sign of using intuition correctly. D3. Huh. Okay. I think for move 5, white could have had a better advantage. There's definitely a solution here, a better solution here. I shouldn't have gone easy on him. Oh, Zugzwang. This is a Zugzwang. Great. Oh, okay. So if you just, follow opening principles correctly, you bottleneck your opponent into screwing up. So right out of the Soviet playbook. Here black is only winning. More odds of... Dangerous ideas. Dangerous ideas. I had some dangerous ideas here. See, the computer saw deeper than me here because I'm only losing by move 9, half move 1, So sure it's all downhill until... No, we got to look through everything. 0.67. Huh. Really not leaving many moves for white or black. Jesus Christ. d4. I need to say something constructive here. I mean, but I don't know what to say. Fuck. You know what? I'm gonna get some water. So, Black's position is so much better here, according to the computer. So, 1, 2, 4. No, I think the computer misunderstood the position. No, I clearly have greater activity in this position. No, no, no. I'm sorry. You have, well, he's 4 defenders, 4 attackers. My attackers are stronger, though. That's the thing. That's how I got around that idea. I adapted this idea of 2 more attackers and defenders, clearly from the position, and I think I lift my rook here too. Because the thing about exploiting weaknesses is you just press into the crack, and then you likely get something good. F1. I'm going to do this quicker now. Okay. Creating a horrible game. The computer is convinced that by move 19, black is only winning. Well, Vinh didn't see that. Here we go. What's this? Oh, but all of a sudden, black realizes that, no, his ideas were misdirected. He's focusing on the wrong stuff. Now the rook gets lifted up with e7. Wait, f6. Oh no, I did lift my rook. Ooh, unconventional. Was that even a good idea? Was that even a top 5 move? It was, but 5 is kind of an arbitrary number. Like, how can you just paint a number over all of that? Like, that's not how you do math. Like, it's okay. There's still wins for white here. Look at this. I was going for this, c3, which is actually very similar to c7, morphologically speaking. Interesting. Then white continues to just let black dominate, apparently. Interesting. to me, I didn't see myself losing. I saw myself as this guy trying to fight for a draw because, you know, I'm looking at how my pieces are performing versus his. And here, yeah, I see I'm in trouble and stuff. So I'm just grinding, picking away, finding cracks. But the computer doesn't think too badly of my play. And I'll show you what I mean by that later. Here we go. No, this leads to a completely winning position by white. Looking at black starts giving the game away here. White gives it back. White does worse. Black gives it away. White's. Now, black was mostly giving this game away. Has more blunders, verbally speaking, but like I just don't think that I don't know why that needs to be taken for granted. I mean, looking to lead up into when the game fell apart. Black plays e8, which was within the range of acceptable error. E8 was a gambit. It thought it was seeing a gambit here. And actually, no, it's like something between a gambit and an answer to this, like is interesting. White doesn't really have any problems here because he has a pawn threatening promotion in one move. That could collapse the position for black. Forget about the centipawn values. Centipawn values here clearly aren't seeing what's going to happen until it goes up to plus 96, which is a good sign. Interfering with the rook instead of rook coming down here. King moves up here. You're not checkmating for a while now. But the rook takes. Oh, blunder. Oh my god. Accepts this very beneficial exchange. C2 check. That leads to this. Oh no. White's promotion is unstoppable at this point. Yeah, no, he just needs this h-pawn to catch up with the f6 pawn, and then it's over. White just takes back with the rook, and this pawn gets a6 pawn gets stopped by pawn to a3, which also puts pressure on the rook too. Oh my Lanta. This rook, yeah, that kind of overloads the rook too, because the rook tries to take this b pawn. Well, I'm just getting tempo, you know. It's just a matter of getting the move order correct from there. Mate in 11 moves. Damn right it's mate in 11 moves. It's certainly forcing a mate. Yeah, I would say this is pretty authoritative in terms of for human play, at least. Here, playing an 83 by Stockfish 16's ability to look deeply into games and stuff is very good. That should tear out to like a 90-something in chess.com if the evaluation was working correctly. Extreme piece activity, yeah, that's a good sign. 47% mobility, narrowness moderate. Okay, no, that's within acceptable range. Domination less than the opponent. Average loss scores. I think this. I mean, Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the solution is pretty authoritative, and we could walk through what happened here. White moving forward, being aggressive, being concentrated, attacking where he has mobility, and then voila. You know, accepting that it's drawish up until you make a big enough crack. Boom. White ends up getting 2 queens, meaning that it was not drawish from the start. This was not drawish from the start. This is white strictly kicking the ass of black right here. And with that, we're at 15 minutes. Fine. So yeah, no, this is an authoritative guide. And you can trust my advice on Vinh.